What's up, guys? Welcome to Forge. This is a channel for you to be able to improve your life, figure out what it is you want to do, and how do you actually get there, as long as you actually apply the things that we're talking about. So today, we're going to be going over how to have more energy, because at the end of the day, a lot of people have all these things they want to do, but after work and relationships and blah, 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 even though it's not that many things that they have to do to pursue their dream, after doing so many other things, they're just so tired. So a lot of people are asking like, oh, why am I so tired? And the real reason is that actually you're a punk little bitch. Sorry guys, I had too much energy there, and sometimes it goes into a really negative place. But we're gonna go over some more practical, less Goggins approaches to developing more energy. Let's jump in. So the first is making sure that you have a diet that is helping your brain, a good brain diet. Right? So first off, any kind of refined sugars, which by the way, hugely recommend that you're doing your research on what has refined sugar, because spoiler alert, it's literally most things. It is very, very closely tied to impaired brain function and depression. So if you're feeling like you're cloudy or that you're depressed or things, not a therapist, so if you're regularly feeling very depressed all the time, you should go speak to a medical professional, but feeling a little bit down, a little bit cloudy, definitely recommend removing refined sugars from your diet. Additionally, there's a list of superfoods that we're going to put up on the screen here. Things from avocado to salmon to, holy crap, who would have thought, water. All these things are tied with much higher brain function. The second thing is nutrition. And that might sound like I'm repeating myself, but not really, because if you're broke, then who the hell has money for avocado-covered salmon? So you want to find other ways to get nutrition into your diet. There are plenty of supplements out there that are fairly affordable. Please do your research, because there was a recent lawsuit against GNC and many other vitamin companies that showed that none of the ingredients or even the vitamins that they said were in nearly 80% of their vitamins were there. It's essentially just false advertising. It's not regulated by the FDA, so they can pretty much say whatever they want. So make sure you're researching and taking vitamins that actually provide the nutritional benefits that you need. The third is exercise. Getting blood flowing through your body, it improves brain activity, especially things that cause you to sweat. Like go for a run, do some push-ups. If you're sweating, your brain is more likely to function better. The fourth is something called killing ants. And not just going around murdering ants from the little bit of adrenaline and dopamine you get from that crunch sound. No, that's because you're a psychopath, and you should also see a mental health professional about that. ANTS is an acronym for automatic negative thoughts. These are things where whenever something happens, you immediately internally mentally respond with, oh, like, told you that you couldn't do that, you loser, or I knew you were weak, things that you're saying. So I want you to know that you cannot think something and speak something at the same time. If you don't believe me, try counting to 10 inside of your head. All right, you're doing it? Now say your name out loud while you're doing it. It totally breaks you can't keep counting. You have to stop counting to say it and then return to count. So if you have automatic negative thoughts that are popping up, immediately speak whatever the opposite is true. You're thinking, oh, I'm such a weak loser. Say out loud, I'm strong, I'm a badass, I'm forging my life. I got a shirt with this Spartan thing that I got at the Forge website on me because I not only happily support the channel, but it's because I'm strong. You see, you can literally get a reminder for it. And you got to remind yourself that you're the kind of person that overcomes negativity and hits the like button and the subscribe button. Moving on, clean environment. Clutter messes you up. It is worth, before you start working, taking 5 to 10 minutes to clear the space that you're going to be working in, because it is actually very, very highly turned toward anxiety. And not only just physical clutter, but mental clutter. Like, I love to keep my phone away. That's why I have a watch that tells the time, not just because I'm an old man in a young man's body that feels like an old man's body. It's because I can see the time and not have to also see all the Instagram and Facebook notifications. In fact, I'll even delete those on my phone Monday through Friday most times so that I am free of that mental clutter as well. The sixth is having a positive peer group, because if you have people around you that are negative, you're going to be negative. If you have people around you that are positive, you're going to be more positive. So really think about the people that you are closest with. I'm sure you've heard the phrase, you are the average of the 5 people you're closest with. being in a positive state is so fundamentally important to having more energy, because if you look at depression in its entirety, it's essentially a lack of motivation and energy. So on a smaller scale, outside of the mental illness aspect of it, which once again, not a doctor. If you think that you have depression, please go see a doctor. Stop watching a YouTube video on it. Like, there are people who have degrees, talk to them. But like smaller aspects of like feeling depressed for smaller periods of time, that is a huge energy drain. And so think about the people that you're around. Are they Debbie Downers, or are they whatever the clever name for a non-Debbie Downer is? An upward Ubaldo? Yeah, I'm going to stick to the words that I have written. So the next is something called brain protection. And this means don't hit your head unnecessarily. If you are super passionate about tackle football, okay. If you kind of like it, you should stop playing tackle football. Don't get into car accidents. Don't do stuff that's going to rattle your brain, because brain injuries usually don't heal. And if you look at what's happening to a lot of the guys coming out of the military, the guys coming out of the NFL, there are some real ramifications that we have no clue how to cure. Like, none. Like, the medical community just found out it's a thing, and it's probably decades out from fixing it. So better to just not rattle your brain. Next step is to keep learning. Constant learning tends to keep the brain sharp, and it increases the ways that you're using your brain, which is going to improve energy levels. It's objects in motion tend to stay in motion. Energy is brain motion, so stay in motion. The next is something called stress management, which is just, you don't want to completely overwhelm your life with all this different stress in all these different areas. If you're dating a guy or a girl that's always causing drama, you only kind of like them, that's not worth that stress in your life. If you're talking to your mom every day and she's always stressing you out, maybe try every other day. Like, you still got to talk to mom. You know, even once a week is okay. Obviously more difficult if you live with her, but just, you know, you can live with your mom and only talk to her every other day. It's doable. It's been done before. Figure out how to actually reduce stress in your life. You're obviously going to have, you know, stresses whenever you're pursuing major goals in your life, which I encourage that you do. So make sure stress on stupid crap is as minimal as possible. Handle your finances properly. Handle your fitness properly. And so you have less stress in less areas. The last is sleep. Now, this is the worst thing ever on this list, because I hate the fact that I must sleep. It is annoying. I don't like it. It's a waste of time. But at the end of the day, most studies show that if you're sacrificing sleep, it's going to mess you up. And I know that, like, there are all these stories about these super successful founders who, like Elon and Kimball Musk, talk about like working 20 to 23 hours a day when they were building their first company, Zip2. You got to understand that that was done in a sprint, right? Because that was the culture that they were in, and it was not for an elongated period of time. Elon Musk sleeps 6-7 hours a night. Jeff Bezos won't make decisions until he sleeps 8 hours a night. It's proven that sleep improves brain activity. So sleep. Because if you're anxious and depressed and all this stuff, and I know that I eat junk food and do all this other crap when I'm tired, like, go to bed earlier. Think about what you're actually doing late at night. You know, just playing video games or watching YouTube. If this is like 2 in the morning and you got to be up at 6, what you do is, instead of watching the next Forge video, you can go into it. There's a YouTube button called Save for Later, and please, for the love of God, watch it tomorrow. I'm actively going against my self-interest and telling you to go the hell to sleep. Please. Go sleep. It's important. I'm yelling at me, not at you, because I'm terrible at this. With that, these are the 10 ways to get some more energy in your life. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. These are from the book Limitless, which also comes with some pretty sick recipes. You can find the link for that book in the description below. Much love. Peace out.